my name is Tanushree Guha. I'm a junior animator at Mikros animation at Technicolor Creative Studios. And when I'm not animating, I like watching anime and playing video games and reading.
Hi, this is Vivek. I'm a DFX supervisor at Mail Advertising. I started my journey as a rota artist in 2011, and from there, I've grown now as a supervisor.
Hi, my name is Vichar. I currently work as art director for gaming division, and moreover, I take care about art, anything related to art in our day-to-day activity.
Hello, my name is Payal. I'm head of creative operations at MPC Film.
So what I like to tell people about being an animator is it's kind of like being a puppeteer. Just like how a puppeteer would tell a story through how the puppets move and interact with sets or scenes or props, we do the same thing except in a CGI environment. And we basically tell stories in the way that characters move.
Well, my role is to take care of all the 2D work in advertising, which includes 2D generalist, flare, and composting. Also a part of recruitment and training planning, which is for different departments.
My day is like as an art director is more of artistic experience, and every day it's like interacting with the artist and make sure that whatever the art has been created, make sure that it is to the expectation, adding creativity to it, and making sure that everyone enjoys it. So more my role is more of artistic and more creative.
I'm primarily responsible for overseeing creative output and operations of MPC Films projects, along with managing and strategizing show sequences deliveries across all the departments.
Well, an average day at work starts with a plan. So, what I need to get done today, and then right after that, we will meet. The entire project team will meet with production and our supervisors, and we make a game plan of what we have to get done today. Further, a team game plan. And if there are any hiccups or any feedback that we need to implement, we discuss that first thing in the morning, and then the rest of the day is just implementing that, doing the shots, finding reference, making acting videos, and for me personally, it includes at least 2 cups of coffee.
Well, it's not going to be the same on every day. I start my day a bit early to overlap with the LA time zone. So my first off will be connecting with the home site supervisor for feedback, reviews, and project planning. And then most of my second off will be spending more time with creative leads and artists.
My day starts from 9 and fully loaded with creativity. Starts with the team meeting, stand-ups, and we every day we do a production catch-up with leadership team to understand how do we take it, the project, how do we execute day-to-day activities, and the rest of the day I would be spending my time with artists and spending a lot of time. How do we improvise artistically? How do we take the quality to the next level?
Post COVID, I'd say the amount of video calls have become a lot more. My role is outward as well as inward facing. So most of the morning time goes with various departments and show teams. Afternoons and evenings are with the cross site counterparts from London and Montreal.
So I was always interested in art and filmmaking, and but up till like 12th standard, I studied physics and art together, and finally decided to take animation as my passion. So I studied animation. I did my BFA in animation at Savannah College of Art and Design. Then I came back to India to be with my family, and I joined a studio here. A year and a half later, I joined Technicolor Studios, and here I am.
I'm a computer science graduate, but I believe in self-learning. I learn a lot from YouTube. I still do it every day.
I was very passionate about art, so I pursued my master degree in sculpting. After that, I was doing a lot of sculpting work across as a freelancer. So I got an opportunity to work for the late King Shrikant Datta Vadai as a personal sculptor. So I created a lot of sculpture for him, hyper-realistic sculptures. So that's where things fascinated me, that how do I give life? How do I push my skill to the next level? How do I give life to my sculpture? So I was able to create hyper-realistic sculpture, but I was not able to give life to it. That's how I got to know about animation industry. And there's a saying, right? I wanted to be Aham Brahmasmi. It's a Sanskrit saying. So I wanted to give life to my sculpture. So that's where I got an opportunity to explore more into animation, and I joined Paprika's those days. Now it has been taken over by Technicolor. So that's where my journey started. Before that, I worked as an illustrator. I worked as a forensic artist. I worked as archaeology for conservation and restoration, and I worked in movies as an assistant art director for teleseries. After having all this experience, so that's where really helped me to bring those all those experience to my digital career. So I was able to grasp the things way faster, because I never learned from anywhere. All the tools or softwares, it's all the fly in the company because of my peers. They were very supportive, and as well as very encouraging to help me to learn certain new things. That's how I started my journey. And it was very challenging for me to take my skills to very next level using the technology. I think I was lucky that I got an opportunity to work from 2D to hyper realistic, and at the same time I was able to give more flame to my desire of pushing my characters or my art into a next level.
So I have done my BFA. I started my career as a roto artist, then moved into doing prep, and then eventually grew as a comp lead in Rhythm and Hue Studios. Then I started my career as a rotoprep HOD at Technicolor and moved into the head of creative role a couple of years back.
This is a tricky question because it cycles or it changes every day. Some days it's just talking to the team because it's such an inspiring and talented team here, and talking about the projects or different things in the field just is very exciting. Other days it's recording acting videos which can be goofy. Nobody gets hurt per se, but we tend to do some crazy stuff. Um, and then other days it could be just overcoming a challenging shot and just looking at it and thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe I made that. I didn't know I could do that.
So my roles bring a new challenge every day, and that gives me more learning curve in my career.
I really enjoy is being creative and grounded to art. And every day I spend, my time with our creative artists in my team, and talking about art. How do we improve art? It's always, fun, which I always love, and that's what I love in my role, because I can do a lot of different kind of art. I can, interact with the different artist, and understand way of approaching an artwork in a different way.
I'd say the pace, things change every day, and you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I get to work with some of the most talented creatives who deliver beautiful looking images. So these are the two best parts of my job.
So, like any other occupation, animation does come with its challenges. Personally, right now, my challenge is staying consistent. Some days, as an artist, you don't really feel like, um, or you don't really have that drive to put in that kind of life in your work, which can be difficult. So on those days, I try to look for inspiration in other places, or I do shots that I consider are easier. Or if none of that works and I just find myself at a block, I go and ask this amazing team for help or my amazing supervisors for help. There's always someone to lend a helping hand.
Challenges in like advertising industry is a fast turnaround compared to other BUs. which we used to deliver a job in 4 to 6 weeks of time frame without compromising a quality, which I think is the biggest challenge. And how do we overcome is like we put a lot of training, cross training between the departments, and that helps to save a lot of time. Like they don't be waiting time for each department. So one guy can do a multiple stuff, and that way, we can achieve faster.
Basically, I face is artistic challenge because when we are working in different style and different genre, how do we overcome that? How do we achieve that style? And when the client will be having a vision of a particular project, how do we step into that vision? That will be the challenge. And how do we percolate to the team? So that's where I find challenge. How do we translate that to a real artwork? So how do we overcome is more of going in depth, understanding the style, and also doing certain research about it so that we go to the grassroots and understand the style, so that we can bring out more artistic experience for the viewer, as well as we as a team we enjoy the whole process. So that's how I overcome my challenges, and that is what is very challenging, and it's fun too. Since it's going to be more of artistic challenge, it's always fun. There's several ways to approach it, so it's always to find new ways is always fun.
So on the work front, challenges constant need of right skill set and right amount of people required to deliver a show or a project, which continues to push us to come up with new ideas, creative ideas, along with constant training and upskilling of talent. And if I have to talk about at personal front, the challenge is to continue doing a balancing act of working mother. I try to plan and prioritize beforehand to maintain a balance.
I would say it is an amazing place to hone your skills and just unleash your creativity, because there's so many resources to learn more and just do work that you're proud of. So if you really want to grow as an artist and as a person, this is really the place you want to go. And always um, consider your feedback, listen to feedback, because I feel like that's a lifelong um, habit that we have to build in order to have a career in animation.
Working here is supportive, friendly, and rewarding, and also a great opportunity to learn and grow. And we are free to explore other area of that interest you.
As name itself says, creative studio, right? So and colorful. So I would suggest, if someone wants to join us, the art fraternity, creative family of Technicolor, I think that's a wonderful experience. There are a lot of creative talent here, and it's like diamond. How much ever you polish, it shines. It's like that. Once you come in our Technicolor creative studio, you enhance your skill, you enhance your aesthetic eye. So that's what is the culture here. I think as an artist, it's going to be it's more like paradise for an artist. So it's a lot of talented artists over here. When you see them working, you get inspired and you can self grow also. So there are a lot of positive takeaway being in this company. And I cannot tell you that you should experience. It's like bee coming to a flower, taking the honey. It is something like that. So it's a wonderful experience. Come enjoy the experience over here and grow as a creative artist, because we work on different, creative projects from 2D to hyper realistic. So you get a vast experience in working one of the best, project.
I would say focus on one thing, one or two things, and do them very well. Don't try to cover all the departments. Pick the department which interests you the most and give your best in it. Be a team player and always continue to learn, whichever level you join the studio at.
So, if you have a task or a shot that is particularly daunting, what are some different ways that you would break down that shot in so that it becomes a little less intimidating to start?
Where do you see it, TCS, in next 3 years?
What is the future plans for creative and artistic growth of the company? So, would like to know more about that.
My question would be for Biren. So, in your journey at Technicolor, what is the most important risk you took and why?